So here's the 2ZZ out of the gray XRS, and as you can see, that thing's leaking pretty bad on the timing chain cover. So I'm gonna get my water compressor, clean that up, and I'm also gonna clean up the engine bay because it is filthy. I'm not gonna show too much of this going on, but yeah, I'm just gonna clean it up. I'll give you guys like a before and after. Try to, because it's pretty dark already. I just got off work and I'm just tired, and I'm trying to do this really quick. I'm trying to knock this out actually tomorrow, so hopefully that works out and I can just finish this up in a day. Because I'm not trying to hold on to this car for that much. What is that? Oh my god, that was my lanyard. But anyways, yeah, I'm gonna get that finished, get that sorted, and get this clean so I can put it back in the 2ZZ Corolla. So as you guys can see here, I have the 2ZZ-GE off the gray XRS, and I'm going to do the timing chain covered gasket. And it's a really easy job once you have the engine out. I can't tell you guys how easy it is. It's just a lot easier, but I'm gonna probably do a time-lapse video. If not, then I'll probably start assembling it. But first, what you want to do is remove the valve cover. I'm gonna go ahead and remove the bolts that are near the valve cover. They're all 10mm. I have a 10mm right here with my DeWalt impact. It is a DCF883 model, so it's just a bunch of 10s. 10 right here, 10 right here, 10 right here. Let's see where else. We have more 10s here. 10 right here. 10 right here with a spider just chilling. Get out of here. 10 right here. 10 right here. I think there's one more. There we go. No, wait. No, that's for the gas line, I believe. So I'm just gonna set that one back. Make sure you organize your bolts. Don't mix them up. Put them in one single pile. What I like to do sometimes, if I don't have any bags for it, what I end up doing is just this. That's what I do. So I set those aside, and I'll just go grab another glove. I also forgot there's two 10s for this breather tube. 10mm nuts. And with that, we have the valve cover removed. Very easy stuff. We're gonna have to remove the valve cover gasket. This valve cover gasket was leaking, so I'm gonna remove it, and pretty sure it's gonna be hard. Hard as in the gasket itself. So now with the valve cover removed, we can go ahead and focus on the accessory side. We have to remove our alternator. We have to remove the belt tensioner pulley. We have to remove the water pump pulley as well. So those are 10mm. We got our 10mm for the water pump. 10mm for our water pump. Oh jeez. And with that, we should remove our pulley from the water pump. There we go. Save those 10mm bolts aside. Goal for today is get this engine back in the car. So I'm trying to not rush through it, but at the same time not take my time on it, if that makes sense. I believe this is a 17 for the pulley. So that was able to take it out. This is a DeWalt. This is my big one. This is my 1/2-inch DeWalt XR. It is model number DCF899. Actually, you just remove this one. You don't have to remove the other one. There we go. 12mm. Go ahead and remove that, and your pulley comes right out. This pulley does look a bit damaged. I'm not gonna go invest in another one right now. I think this one will survive just the installation of the belt, and it's the new owner's problem, not mine. So this is one big reason why you can't do a Corolla XRS or Matrix XRS timing chain cover gasket in the car, because you have this on the way. This is for your air injection, for your reduced emission on cold starts, and this is in the way. You would have to remove your exhaust manifold to move this whole tube out of the way. But it is also 10mm bolts. Let's see if I can even get to them without seeing them. Now on the water pump here, I already removed all of them. You have 4 identical ones, and you have 2 different ones. You have 4 with an area with no thread and 2 with threads all the way to the top. You need to make sure when you remove the water pump here, let me see if I can remove it now. Oops. Fuck. Okay, well, I made a mess now. That's not good. But if you look right here, you can see this one doesn't have threads at the end. This one do not have threads at the end. But if you look closely at this one and this one, threads go all the way to the end. So that's where you want to put those that have threads to the end. That's where those go. And then these go on the other ones. So set those aside. So I did go ahead and remove the tent all around the timing chain cover. I didn't remove all of them. You remove one from here, you remove one from here, there's one right here, there's one right here, and there's a couple right here at the bottom, but I can't access them yet because of the pulley. So I ended up removing them right here, and right there, right here. So I got those out of the way, and these 3 are gonna be 12mm. These are the only 12mm on the cover. And let's get those out. So we have our 12s. So with these right here, you want to make sure that your longer one with threads goes at the bottom one, and then your short one with little threads goes at the top. So now we have to remove the 19mm from the pulley. I know that one's really, really hard, so I'm just going to get my XR Impact. With ease. That's what I love about this Impact. Now we have our pulley, crank pulley bolt, and oh, there it goes. See, there you go. You don't need an extractor. You don't. It'll slip right out. Set that aside. Let's put it this way. And now we can access the last 2 10mm bolts for the cover. There we go. Pull those out. Put them in the baggie where you have your timing chain cover bolts in here. And next we have to do, let's go ahead and remove the exhaust manifold gasket. Actually, we gotta remove these 2 10s for the timing chain tensioner. Yes, that is a thing. So one, oops, nope, doesn't want to come out. After a little bit of a struggle, it's finally out. Is this worn out? It looks a little worn out, but actually, nah, it looks fine. I'm just gonna go ahead and reuse it. I'm not gonna buy another one because these are like $30, and I don't think it was leaking from it. But if anything, I do have the O-ring gasket, so I'm gonna go ahead and replace that. In order to access the 4 bolts that are holding the exhaust manifold, you have to remove the 4 14mm bolts that are holding the exhaust manifold cover. So now we get the 14mm. And with those bolts removed, this should slide right out. As you can see, it looks like we do have a little exhaust leak, so I'm going to go ahead and replace this. Then we have the 14mm from the motor mount. Got that removed. Then we have the bottom 14. There's a 12mm up on top. And your alternator should be able to fall out now. Okay, so there's another 12 over here. And that will remove your alternator along with your bracket. Then we have a single 10 holding the crank position sensor. That's removed, and I believe that should be everything holding on this tiny chain cover. Let's try it. Okay, should come out now. And there we go. Timing chain cover has been removed. This is your problem area right here where the leak is. If I go ahead and remove it, oh, that thing's hard. It's not even soft. Check this out. Yeah, it's hard. It is not soft at all. Yep. It is hard. No, see, there you go. This is what I'm talking about. This is leaks. If it breaks like this, it's not good. Let me see if I can keep breaking more from the gasket itself. If you just go all, look, it's broken. This is really common with these 2ZZ engines, and I'm sorry about the birds in the background. So I forgot to record this, but basically I got the whole cover clean now, and this is my old gasket for the crank seal. I already put in the new one, but an easy way to remove these is you have to punch it from this side, and what I do is I grab a flathead and I just put it right here in between. I hit it right here first, and I go over here. I just hit it with like a hammer, like I just go bam, like that. And out it comes. And so when you want to put in the new one, the easiest way to put it in is this way. Make sure, not the side with like this, but like this. Make sure it goes, you put it in like that. And people say you need the actual tool to punch it in. But what I use, and 7,500 miles later, it's still not leaking. I just grab a hammer and I just lightly tap it like this. Lightly. And you'll know once it's flat with this. Once you start hearing the hammer hit the aluminum, that's when it's flat already. It's consistent. So I ran my finger right here and it's flat. So that's going to be it for that. And when you come around, you have to clean this area really well. Where is it at? I think somewhere right here is the other part of the packing seal. I think it's right here. But you want to clean them up really well and clean up this as well. Clean up this. Once you have those all cleaned up, go with like a shop towel and just clean it all up. Like get maybe like something like I'm using this from a jigsaw, and what I'm doing is I'm going like this and just so I could fit in there, and I just clean it all up. And I get like a razor blade and I just start wiping off the excess packing seal that's on it. This has to be really clean. You don't want it dirty in any way when you put in the new seal or gasket. So please make sure that's clean. And before you put your timing chain cover back on, punch these out. Punch these. These are the things that slide in and out for when you put in your power steering pump. Punch these out and you'll make your power steering pump installation a lot easier. Trust me. Go ahead and clean up your mounting surface with like a shop rag. Just go over it and get your razor blade and just start clearing out all the old packing seal. Make sure it's all clean all the way around. Right here as well. Gotta clean that up. And make sure all this is flat so it doesn't leak in the future. Just go over it, and if you feel any ridges, clean it up with the knife or the razor blade, and it's all clean. It's all clean. Gonna go ahead and apply my packing seal now. What is it at? I keep saying it backwards, but it's seal packing. And I'm just gonna apply it here. Actually, I'm gonna apply it on the engine itself because it's a lot easier to see where it goes. Make sure you put some right here as well. Now before it dries up, put quickly your bolts back in because that thing dries in like 15 minutes or so. I'm not tightening anything down. All I'm doing is getting it in as much as I can, and I'll go back and torque it. Got all the 10mm bolts from the timing chain cover, and now I'm going to put my motor mount back on so you can see. You're going to need to install this first, because if you put your water pump first, you're not going to be able to install this first. So I have the motor mount installed. I have the crank position sensor installed. Now for those that did not see, this one and this one are different bolts from the timing chain cover. This one is a shorter one and this one is a longer one, so don't confuse those. And this one right here, it's a gold bolt, so that one's easy to remember where it goes back. And I'm gonna install my water pump now. Go ahead and install your crank if you want to. Doesn't have to, but here it goes. So when installing the timing chain tensioner, you want to make this go all the way back down. In order to do that, you have to hold right here. You hold down like this, and you bring the plunger back down. And then you hook it, and that's how you put it back in. I'm gonna go ahead and clean it up a little bit and put it back in. So it's back in. Put my 10mm nuts. I don't think it was leaking from here, but if it is, I can change out the gasket anytime I want with this still in the car, with the engine still in the car. In order to release the plunger, because it's still in, it hasn't retracted, the common method to do is go to your crank, and you have to rotate it counterclockwise until you hear a pop. You heard that? So now, as you go to the right, you can hear it starting to push out.